Climate control. Ivanka sports bold red lipstick and a short monochrome dress to face soaring temperatures in D.C., a day after shunning her father's historic Paris Accord announcement. Ivanka Trump was the epitome of chic as she stepped out of her Washington, D.C. home on Friday, one day after choosing to skip her father's announcement that he was withdrawing the U.S. from the Paris Climate Change Treaty. The 35-year-old mom sported a short, sleeveless black and white dress, taking full advantage of the soaring Washington, D.C. temperatures, which are expected to reach 82 degrees on Friday, her first day back in the office after a two-day break. Her beaming smile certainly hid any underlying stress that may be plaguing the first daughter as a result of President Trump's decision to pull the U.S. out of the Paris Accord, a move which went against the advice of his daughter and her husband Jared Kushner. Ivanka was noticeably absent from the Rose Garden on Thursday, when her father made the announcement that he would be withdrawing from the Paris Accord, making the U.S. one of only 3 countries not to be involved in the agreement, along with Syria and Nicaragua. But despite President Trump openly going against her advice, Ivanka couldn't have looked more happy and carefree on Friday as she left her home, having spent the previous 2 days enjoying some time with her family, while also observing the Jewish holiday of Shavuot. Stepping out of her house in a short monochrome dress with a low V neckline, Ivanka added a touch of glamour to the black and white ensemble in the form of a bold red lip. She also paired the frock with a black and white patterned clutch and $120 block-heeled sandals from her eponymous collection. Ivanka's long blonde hair was side-parted and pulled back into an elegant bun at the nape of her neck. Although she missed her father's speech the day before, Ivanka headed to the White House on Friday to watch Trump sign 2 bills boosting government support for law enforcement first responders. The first daughter was surrounded by law enforcement organization leaders while she watched her dad in action. On Thursday evening, Ivanka took to Twitter to share her support for the LGBTQ community. Although the White House has come under fire over its record on gay rights, Ivanka posted a message wishing the LGBTQ community a joyful Pride Month. The president's eldest daughter called on followers to honor the LGBTQ community in a series of tweets, sharing her support while her father has been criticized for not proclaiming June to be Pride Month. Questions have also been raised as to why the White House hasn't announced any events to mark it. Ivanka, referring to the 2-day Jewish festival of Shavuot, wrote, logging back on after Shavuot, wishing everyone a joyful Pride 2017. This month we celebrate and honor the LGBTQ community. And she posted a second tweet which read, I am proud to support my LGBTQ friends and the LGBTQ Americans who have made immense contributions to our society and economy. Yesterday, the White House issued a string of proclamations, which marked June as National Homeownership Month, African American Music Appreciation Month, Great Outdoors Month, and National Ocean Month, but LGBT Pride Month was not included. However, Ivanka was slammed on Twitter because of her tweets recognizing Pride Month, with one person writing, you don't get to honor the LGBTQ community when the VP supports gay conversion therapy and your dad supports bathroom bills. You openly supported and campaigned for the most anti-LGBTQ+ presidential ticket in recent times. Your words mean nothing to us, Jordan Diamonds added. Ivanka's tweets even captured the attention of actors Titus Burgess and Christina Applegate. Responding to Ivanka's message about proudly supporting the LGBTQ community, Titus, who stars on Netflix's series Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, wrote, Are you serious? While Christina asked, Your dad is reversing the rights for this beautiful group of humans. You okay with that? Unsurprisingly, people's outrage over Ivanka's tweets inspired the use of plenty of memes. You tweeted the wrong thing. I think you meant to say this, Ryan Graney wrote, sharing a gif of Ivanka speaking that reads, I am complicit and my husband is a traitor. Earlier in the day, Jared was in the White House meeting an out-of-towner when the president announced he was pulling out of the Paris Climate Change Treaty, an exit he and his wife opposed. Both Ivanka and Jared missed the ceremony later in the day where President Trump announced that he would be withdrawing from the Paris Accord, receiving a standing ovation from the rest of his aides. A source close to Jared told the DailyMail.com that the couple had gone back to shul on Thursday morning, for the second day in a row, as they observed Shavuot, bringing along their two oldest children Arabella and Joseph. The young children, perhaps worn out from having to walk the mile to and from the Friends of Lubavitch of Wednesday, decided to make the trek a bit easier the second time around by traveling on their scooters. Ivanka also made waves on Thursday when she clothed her daughter Arabella in a dress created by anti-Semitic designer John Galliano as the family observed the Jewish holiday of Shavuot. The 5-year-old was spotted in the colorful $115 dress, which features the signature of the controversial fashion designer, while riding her scooter alongside her mother, her father Jared Kushner, and her 3-year-old brother Joseph as they made their way to and from the Friends of Lubavitch in Washington, D.C. Galliano, once the head designer at Dior, lost his prestigious position after being caught in the middle of an anti-Semitic tirade at a Paris bar in February 2011. Arabella's dress very clearly announced its designer, with Galliano's name written in cursive in the back and included in the colorful camouflage print on the front of the dress. The disgraced British creator could be heard in the 2011 video telling two women, "I love Hitler. People like you would be dead. Your mothers, your forefathers would all be FG gassed." Much of the fashion industry shunned Galliano, at least temporarily, after the footage surfaced. He was accused of making 30 anti-Jewish insults in the span of 45 minutes and tried by the French justice system. A court gave him a suspended fine of $8,415 after finding him guilty of making anti-Semitic comments. Kate Moss was one of the first to attempt to rehabilitate the designer, by letting him create her wedding dress for her union with Jamie Hince just a few months after the incident. Galliano has since worked with Oscar de la Renta and Maison Margiela. In the past, he has also closely collaborated with someone close to the Kushner family, model Karlie Kloss, the girlfriend of Jared's millionaire investor brother Joshua. The supermodel, 24, has not worked with Galliano since the 2011 rant, although he spoke highly of her at the start of her career. Arabella's John Galliano dress seems like an especially odd choice for the observant Jewish family. Ivanka, who converted to Judaism prior to her 2009 marriage to Jared, frequently shares photos of herself and her children commemorating religious holidays. Jared, meanwhile, was having another difficult day in the spotlight thanks to a Time cover story in which a friend and former associate revealed that he received the New York Observer as a $10 million gift from his father Charles. His graduation present was the Observer, Arthur Martin told the magazine. Also joining the group on Thursday's outing was Jared's brother Josh, dressed down in a pair of form-fitting skinny jeans and a cardigan. Not joining the family this time around however was baby Theodore, who stayed back home with one of the family's nannies. After shul, Ivanka and the children headed back home while Jared set off for the White House, walking the mile and a half to work. This is the second day that the family has been seen stepping out to observe the Jewish holiday. On Wednesday, Ivanka, Jared, and Joshua brought all 3 kids with them as they made their way to the Friends of Lubavitch, including baby Theodore who was happily pushed along in a stroller. Jared, meanwhile, was having another difficult day in the spotlight thanks to a Time cover story in which a friend and former associate revealed that he received the New York Observer as a $10 million gift from his father Charles. His graduation present was the Observer, Arthur Martin told the magazine. Also joining the group on Thursday's outing was Jared's brother Josh, dressed down in a pair of form-fitting skinny jeans and a cardigan. Not joining the family this time around however was baby Theodore, who stayed back home with one of the family's nannies. After shul, Ivanka and the children headed back home while Jared set off for the White House, walking the mile and a half to work. This is the second day that the family has been seen stepping out to observe the Jewish holiday. On Wednesday, Ivanka, Jared, and Joshua brought all 3 kids with them as they made their way to the Friends of Lubavitch, including baby Theodore who was happily pushed along in a stroller.